Hi, my name is Barbara, and my team partners are Sara, Valeria Jimenez, Fernanda Villa, and Fernanda Patiño. This is our Endangered Species project, and we're going to talk about the Eskimo curlew, that it is a bird, and it is already extinct. The brown false brook salamander is in danger of extinction, and it is a reptile. Where do they live? The Eskimo curlew, this particular and unique species of curlew birds of the Soloplacid family, measured around 30 centimeters, and in length and weight it was around of 300 grams. This bird normally were found in the western Arctic, Canada and Alaska. The brown false brook salamander, it is a type of amphibian that belongs to the Phlebodontid family, and a few separate groups were isolated in southern Mexico and in Guatemala. These were mostly found in forests in the subtropics or the tropics that were the native habitat of them.
I want to talk about the status of the food chain. First of all, we're going to talk about the animal that is already extinct, that it's the one that it's called Eskimo curlew, and they used to live in the Arctic tundra on the open grasslands, but they migrate to North America, especially to Argentina, where it's a part of the grasslands. During the not breeding season, they used to eat some primarily in invertebrates like worms, mollusks, crabs, shrimps, infamous, as well as some insects and spiders. And when they travel to North America, they used to eat small fishes, amphibians, chicks, and eggs, and also small mammals. And in some occasions, seeds. And the other one, and the other one animal, that it's called brown false brook salamander. They only eat spiders, armadillo, billy, and some insects, but they don't eat big insects. They eat small insects.
The Eskimo curlew was once painful in the hundreds of thousands. Photographer John Blades took the last known photo of the storyboard in Galveston, 1962, and the last confirmed sighting was in 1963, when a longbeard was seen in Barbados. Overhunting and habitat loss had been the primary causes of the species decline. Now, the Eskimo curlew doesn't exist, but approximately 48 salamanders are left, and 6 species are distributed in Mexico. Also, it is a mind that in 5 years, they will be extinct. As it was said, the Eskimo curlew is extinct, but in the between 48 brown false brook salamanders that approximately exist, the 6 species that were distributed all around their habitat in Mexico were things that people have been doing to help the species to increase their reproduction.
The sociopolitical and economic pressures that have caused or are causing the extinction of these species are like human involvement, like hunting, pollution, changes to the environment, cities, buildings, etc. Because the Eskimo curlew exists 1,000 years ago, and the last that we are alive were hunted by humans. And second, because the government involvement, like war or growth.
Ecological consequences that surrounding the status of these species have had is that these two species are one of the most endangered species right now in the world, and they came to the international red list because they had a steep decline in population over the last few decades, and the primary threats to these species are the habitat loss and fragmentation, specifically in wetlands and wet grasslands. The way that it have affected in general the community and the ecosystem is that because they were part of an ecosystem, and they are stopping to exist. There is a loss in the balance of it, and it affects all the ecosystem in general. And the Eskimo curlew have been critically endangered since 2020, and the brown falls brook salamander have been critically endangered since 2019. So they haven't completely extinct yet, but they are endangered.
It is also very important to know what are we as humans doing to stop the loss of species, or what they do to try to do. So, for the long ago extinct species, what we're going is to learn about them so that we can take information about their time and the cause of extinction. Then, we're taking part in organization and agencies involvement and in the government involvement, like in the educational term.